have succumbed to their wounds and tragically are dead. We are not releasing any information on any of the victims until we identify them, which is going to take some time, and we are able to respectfully notify the next of kin first. The investigation continues. We have area SWAT teams in the Broward Sheriff's Office SWAT team clearing the entire airport. There'll be no movement in or about the airport until SWAT teams give me real-time information that it's safe. Right now, we're taking this scene is considered fluid and active. We won't be. What we have. One of the more critical pieces of information is we have the shooter in custody. He's unharmed. No law enforcement fired any shots. The subject is being interviewed by a team of FBI agents and Broward Sheriff's Office homicide detectives. There's been incredible cohesiveness and cooperation between the Broward Sheriff's Office, the FBI, FDLE, and all the local law enforcement entities. We'll answer your questions at the end. At this point, I'm going to put the director of the airport on to tell you about what's going on at the airport. Then you'll be hearing from the SAC, Mr. Bureau. Then I'll come back to answer questions.
Thank you, Sheriff. As the Sheriff said, my name is Mark Gale. I'm the airport director here at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport. When the incident occurred, we responded. Many of you know that we've suspended operations at the airport for the time being. We're working together with all the law enforcement to address all the needs and concerns of the passengers that are inside the building and on airplanes. Right now, they are all sheltered in place. We're not sure exactly when the airport will reopen for operations. We're going to work together with all the law enforcement that's here, our airlines, and all the other agencies before we actually move to reopen up the airport. But in the meantime, as the Sheriff has indicated, we're just going to go step by step, methodically through the building before we take any steps to reopen operations. We'll keep everybody informed as best we can through social media and our airport website as to when that may occur. And we'll also be setting up a hotline for families or friends that may be looking for folks that they haven't been able to reach in contact with. And we'll also publish that in the relatively near future, again, on our hop site and out through the website and through social media. And that's all I have for now.
Good afternoon. My name is George Pirro. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's Miami field office. As the Sheriff mentioned, the FBI is working very closely with the Broward Sheriff's Office, supporting their ongoing efforts here at the airport. We're working jointly, doing all of the witness interviews as well as the suspect interview. The investigation is very early. We have a lot of preliminary information that we are going through, but at this point, our role is to actively support the Broward Sheriff's Office until we make a determination on the nature and the motive of this incident. Thank you.
We've heard about a shooting in Terminal 1. What can you tell us about that, Mr. Clerk?
At this time, there's been no shooting in any place else but at the downstairs of Terminal 2. There's no confirmation of any shooting. As a matter of fact, at this point, as I speak, the only gunshots fired at any time during this horrific incident have been downstairs in Terminal 2.
What happened at Terminal 1? Everyone was evacuated. So there were gunshots downstairs.
It seems like somebody got injured evacuating, nothing to do with any type of gunshot or anything like that. We've had no confirmation of that. We have law enforcement personnel, both federal, state, and local, throughout the airport. No law enforcement this time has confirmed that there's been any gunshots other than was fired in Terminal 2.
We also saw someone being arrested. Is there another person possibly involved?
Not in the shooting aspect of it. We're reviewing tapes. If someone was arrested, it might be for a plethora of things. But to my knowledge, no one was taken into custody. People could have been secured in handcuffs until we found out who they were, what they were, and how they were related or not related to this scenario. So I don't know if they were physically arrested or not, but there's been no happened around the baggage area.
Any information so why?
One suspect only in custody. We're not releasing any information on that suspect. Yes, sir.
Are you able to say what kind of weapon was used in the shooting?
No.
Of Terminal 2?
No.
Was it an automatic? Was it a semi-automatic?
We're not going to comment.
Was there a struggle while apprehending him?
When we apprehended him, the subject was arrested without incident.
Any motive?
I don't know.
Does it appear that the shooter was waiting for somebody to arrive and go to baggage and then ambush them?
We're at the very beginning of the investigative stages. That's what this is all about. That's why at this point, the lead on the investigation is with the Broward Sheriff's Office. If we do uncover at some time that this was related to any type of terrorist or terrorist activities, then the FBI will have complete incident command of this, and we'll be assisting the FBI as we move forward with the investigation. I want to say, this is not the time for anybody to call 911 on this incident. We're all over here. If you have a real emergency, of course, but if it has involved you, please keep the 911 lines open. And if you need information, you can follow us on Twitter @Sheriff.